The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let's keep this rolling.
Now, we got nice weather, at least temperatures still in the 60s this morning, but keep that umbrella handy today. Maybe a passing shower. It's not a washout, but with the atmosphere the way it is, we could see one or two roll through over our area. A look outside in Oneonta right now. We are waking up to a 57-degree start to your day. Some spots a little bit warmer. Matter of fact, let's take a look at those temperatures here across central New York. First off, Mohawk Valley waking up in the 60s, 65 in Westernville, even upper 50s, low 60s in the North Country. So it is a mild start to your day today. You don't quite need that jacket. Well, maybe a light spring jacket if that heading out the door, but either way, the temperatures this afternoon hover right around the mid to say upper 60s. The Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is showing mainly dry weather over the Mohawk Valley. To our south is where we are tracking that stubborn low pressure, and today I do think that the rain showers will win out a little more, especially in the afternoon. But these, again, showers are maybe 15-20 minutes long. They'll pass over us. They're light. Most of the day today will actually be dry with cloudy skies and temperatures, again, in the upper 60s. We are tracking more rain chances heading into the end of the week, but will they be washouts or will they just be a passing shower or downpour? The details in a few minutes. Gary?
Thanks. Former corrections officers are...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 5:12, and as you head out to work early today, well, it's going to be another warmer morning. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s already, with dry conditions on area roadways early as well. Look at some cameras across central New York. We can see those skies appear mostly cloudy. Expect a sight like this for much of the day today. Maybe a few more passing clear spots in the atmosphere, but again, the main story today is mostly cloudy skies and even some areas of patchy rain showers. Now, of course, here locally on the traffic tracker, we've got no incidents to report of. The dry weather keeping the roadways clear. And as you can see here, the radar, we're picking up on some of that rain to our south and to our west. So this morning, temperatures in the 60s and 50s with mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, a passing shower, but still little to no impacts for travel. And we are tracking a better shot for maybe a downpour or thunderstorm as we approach the end of the week. The details on that in just a few short minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Rome NAACP and
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, on this Wednesday. It's been a pretty nice stretch of weather. Yes, a few isolated light showers yesterday, but it's been relatively dry. Now today, I would say a better shot for rain in the afternoon or even late in the morning, but at least for now, a live look in Utica. It's a dry start to your day today. No rainfall here locally early this morning. It's a warm start, though. We're at 61 degrees already here in the Mohawk Valley, 61 as well in Rome, 59 Hamilton. As you can see down in Ithaca, though, rain showers are reported. Same thing up in Watertown, but clear skies and a cold pocket of air in the Adirondacks, a 42-degree start to the day in Saranac Lake. And as you can see here, the radar, a little bit spotty when it comes to rain. A few pockets south of Syracuse, north of the Mohawk Valley near Watertown. But again, as you see here, the showers are not very organized. They're a bit scattered, and that's expected with this system here. This low pressure is moving north. These rain showers are falling apart as they encounter sinking air to our north. However, some of them are surviving, and that's what our rain chances are throughout the day today. So scattered light rain showers of that to this afternoon. As we head into tomorrow, though, we'll start to tap into some instability in the atmosphere, and some of these isolated showers to scattered showers could produce some downpours. They won't be that long, but with again, the atmospheric conditions here, we're not going to see just a light rain shower here and there, but not a soaking rain either as we approach the end of the week. But something else notably to mention as we approach Friday and Saturday, humidity levels are on the rise. Humid conditions following today from Thursday to Friday to Saturday. We're entering the season where we start to get those higher dew points and, of course, along with it, too, the risk for sudden downpours. Following the end of this week, though, there's talks of a cool down by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And to put us some context into this map here, because it shows below normal temperatures for much of the Great Lakes area, keep in mind, by next week, our normal highs will be in the upper 60s, low 70s. So anything below the upper 60s, low 70s is considered below average. So it's not a major cool down to put in perspective, but it's going to be cooler than what we're seeing this week. As you can see here, rain chances moving through the next couple of days. It's not a widespread, or I should say it's not a steady, constant rain, but they're still there. You can see here today a few passing showers. Thursday morning, after some brief overnight rain, we dry out. Sunshine moves in by Thursday afternoon. And again, here are those downpours that could fire up. They're very brief. They'll move through and they'll dry up within the span of an hour. Friday, same story. However, there's a better shot of the timing of these. These will arrive by the afternoon, passing downpour by roughly 4 to 7 p.m. But of course, we'll fine-tune that as it's still a couple of days out. 7-day forecast. We have a better shot for widespread storms to roll through our area on Saturday. That'll cool things down from the 70s to the 60s by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And again, it's below average, but if we're talking low 60s, we'll take low 60s. As long as the sun is shining, we'll take it.
Yeah, a lot of sun on the 7-day. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5. Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore. Well, if you liked yesterday's and the day before's weather, how about today? Well, we see 3 in a row. Nice days. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, at least this morning, it is quite warm out there. Yeah,
the temperatures have climbed into the low 60s. It's a very comfortable start today. In fact, it's a dry start today. A live look in Oneonta right now. We are witnessing maybe another pretty nice sunrise. I wouldn't call anything close to yesterday's breathtaking explosion of colors, but we have the clouds out to the east and the sun that's slowly rising over the hilltops right over my shoulder. Either way, it's in the 50s and 60s this morning here across the region. In fact, looking at those local temperatures, Mohawk Valley already in the 60s. 62 Little Falls, 63 Westernville, 61 Westmoreland, in the 50s heading up into the Adirondacks to the south, 50s and 60s. So a pretty consistent temperature across the region. The radar is looking mainly dry, but again, we're not out of the woods of the rain showers today. Similar to yesterday, some of you actually got to experience a light rain shower. Expect something similar this afternoon, only a lot more likely for parts of our area as this low pressure, it's trying to fizzle out, but there's still some showers that survive. Either way, expect cloudy skies, a passing shower, temperatures in the 60s. We do warm up again later on this week, but there are trends of a possible cool down by next week. The latest details on that in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Welcome back to Sunrise. As you're heading out this morning, temperatures not too bad out there. We are in the 60s already, so it's not going to be a very cold start. It's also a dry start. No rainfall in the Mohawk Valley right now. There are a few showers south and west of us. They will gradually move north throughout the day, so keep that umbrella handy or something that can cover you in case a light shower passes over you. But either way, much of the day today is shaping up to be dry. Our photo of the day today takes us to Oneida Lake. We had a breathtaking sunrise yesterday, and we had thanks to all of you, amazing submissions. This one was taken by Kathy over Oneida Lake there, and you can see the vibrant colors of orange, yellow, purple, and blue. And we'll keep a close eye on any events like this. If we do see colorful sunrises, we actually will put out a notification on our Storm Tracker 2 app, which you can download there on the bottom of your screen. I did it yesterday, put out an alert for a colorful sunrise. Now, some of you who are amateur or professional photographers and want to get a good glimpse of it, we'll let you know about that too as well. Either way, if you want to submit your own photo like that, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/Bex. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A major leadership change.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. We are tracking a warm start today with dry conditions. However, we had the potential for a passing shower this afternoon, similar to yesterday. A look at downtown Utica right now. It's cloudy out for the most part. A few glimpses of some peaks of blue skies in the distance. Either way, it's 61 out. It's a warm start to your day today. In fact, the rest of the area waking up to the 60s and 50s for much of New York State. Rain showers have ended in parts of the southern valleys while it continues in Watertown. The cold spot is in Saranac Lake where the skies cleared out. It's 42, but everywhere else it warms up rather quickly. Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 live radar, potential for a passing shower between Oneonta, say maybe Hartwick, heading into Cooperstown. It looks to be dry right here, but as a matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in on this radar scan. We'll see what's going on here in parts of the southern valley. So in a box zoom this in right here, we're going to take a look at some locations down here. Yes, here we go. So again, it's south of Morris, South Edmiston, parts of Norwich, seeing some light rain, if that, early this morning. But again, while we zoom out, we can see this low pressure system. It's falling apart as it moves north, but still a couple of these showers are going to survive, and we can't run a stray shower throughout the day today. So it's a scattered chance today. Same thing tomorrow and Friday. Widespread rain moves in Saturday from another approaching system. But something else to keep a focus on looking ahead, the humidity levels on the rise. We approach the end of the week with higher humidity Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Dew points in the 60s, mid-60s, which is enough to really sense that mugginess in the atmosphere. Still today, though, it's slightly muggy with those dew points in the upper 50s. There are signals of a cool down as we head into next week, but to put some context in this map here, because looking at it from a glance, you might think we're in a polar plunge, but realistically, our average high for this time of year in the upper 50 or upper 60s, I should say, to low 70s. So this would mean that we are below the upper 60s, low 70s. So it's not a major cool down, but we are tracking cooler than average temperatures. This will be driven right here by this approaching low that'll move in heading into the second half of the weekend into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So our skycast here, a passing shower. Again, they're not really that heavy, not a whole lot of strength of these things, but as you head into tomorrow morning, it's a dry start. Clouds give way to peaks of sunshine in the afternoon and a few isolated scattered downpours. You can see them move through. They are tapping into the instability in the atmosphere and, of course, that humidity as well. Then Friday, dry start, temperatures in the 70s, and then a few scattered downpours and maybe some thunderstorms as they push through the area. 7-day forecast, we've got a better shot for showers and storms on Saturday with a cool down heading into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. We'll be right back.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready for a nice warm morning out there at the bus stop, right?
Yeah, sir, in the 50s and 60s already. It's not a cold start. It's a dry start as well, but we might witness a stray shower this afternoon. It's not a washout, though, which is the good news. A look outside right now in Oneonta. The clouds are again rolling in. We saw a glimpse of that morning sunshine. Now the clouds have overtaken it. Either way, it's in the 50s early this morning. A look at some other local temperatures as you start out your day today. If you're in the North Country, you're waking up in the 50s and 60s, with the exception of some pockets up near Saranac Lake, which is in the 40s with those clear skies overnight. Then in the 60s, if you're in the Mohawk Valley, Little Falls 61, Southern Valleys, 59 in Cooperstown, 61 Norwich, and 59 in Hamilton and Sherburne. The radar is looking at quiet conditions in the Mohawk Valley, but again, we look at what's going on here to our south. This low pressure, which is weakening, still has a little bit of strength left, and it's going to likely fire up a few on and off rain showers later on this morning as well as later on this afternoon. You can see one of those bands actually passing into Otsego County right now. So part of, say, Gilbertsville, maybe areas of Morris might be starting to see a light sprinkle of that. Either way, expect on and off rain mixed in with cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. As we head into the next few days, we will see a better opportunity for sunshine, but also a better opportunity for sudden downpours and thunderstorms. The latest rainfall potential coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. For
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 6:12, and as you head out to work this morning, well, it starts out dry. It starts out pretty warm, actually. Not too bad of a morning to head to work. Look outside across our area cameras. You can see a common sight being overcast or mostly cloudy skies, and that'll be much of the case today. Still some partial clearing. It's not going to be entirely overcast. And on top of that, there could be a passing rain shower, so we're also not 100% dry either way. A look at the traffic tracker this morning. Still plenty of green, no accidents to report of. Roadways are clear, and this will likely be a common sight as we approach the end of spring and early summer, aside from some early morning downpours which might impact the roadways temporarily. Still, though, Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showing that rain moving north, impacting parts of Otsego County right now, maybe with a light sprinkle or a light drizzle. Either way, mostly cloudy skies this morning. Same thing this afternoon with the potential for a brief shower. Gary?
thanks, the Rome NAACP.
Swell your day. Watch for the Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast and be ready for your drive to and from work. The Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast is brought to you by the Pratt Munson College of Art and Design. Visit Pratt Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity.
Omni, cutting-edge surgery without the cutting.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Today we are waking up to warm conditions already in the 50s and 60s across the area, and dry for the most part, but that'll change throughout this afternoon. A look outside in Utica right now from our Nexus Center camera. You can see here the clouds rolling their way in. Some partial glimpses of sunshine, but the main story today is mostly cloudy skies and I would say warm conditions in the 60s. You can see here sunshine peeking out in Rome, clouds in Hamilton, and some rain showers which are passing through in between Norwich and Binghamton right now. You can see on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, light rain approaching Syracuse as well as parts of central Otsego County. And as we head throughout the morning, that rain will gradually move its way north. You can see it right here. This low pressure, it's weakening, but still you get all this rain down here in the Pennsylvania area that's shifting north. That'll likely survive what has been keeping a lot of this rain at bay, especially north, which is this high pressure here north of the area. So scattered showers potential today. It's not a very heavy rain, but that'll change by Thursday and Friday. Isolated to scattered downpours. It'll tap into some more instability in the atmosphere with a better shot for widespread downpours and thunderstorms on Saturday. And the reasoning for that, the humidity is on the rise. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we're looking at higher humidity levels near tropical levels, but we haven't quite reached that stage of the warm season just yet. But I guess on the opposite of warm season, our next 8 to 14 days, you can see here, slightly below average, cool for much of the Great Lakes area. Now, without context, you're probably thinking this might be a polar plunge or something really cold, but for context, our average high this time of year is in the upper 60s, low 70s. So this means that we'll see more upper 50s, low 60s, which I guess isn't too bad, but we're not talking 40s and 30s for daytime highs. That's pretty much out of the picture at this time of year. So we have this rain moving its way north into our area. We can see it here in our SkyCast more closely. On and off rain mixed in with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the 60s. Tomorrow, same story. Mild start. Clouds give way to sunshine and a few isolated downpours move through the area. We have a few downpours and thunderstorms expected Friday afternoon. Better shot for them again on Saturday, and then that cold front will bring some cooler temperatures in the 60s by next week. Still, though, it's not too bad. Upper 50s, low 60s. We'll take it as long as it's dry.
Yeah, today looks pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libichor. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center tracking some possible showers today, right, Eric?
Yeah, that's right. Rain moves in this afternoon, but the rain will be sporadic and it won't be heavy, which is the good news. Another good news is a warm start today. Here's a look outside in Cooperstown right now. We are waking up to a temperature of 60 balmy degrees in the town, and some other spots in central New York warm as well. Let's take a look. Here's a look at the North Country this morning. 50s and 60s, low 60s in the Mohawk Valley. Little Falls, 61. Oneida County, Westernville, 63 degrees. Southern Valleys, 59 in Hamilton, 57 in Oneonta, and 60 in Cooperstown. And again, the radar at this point looking mainly quiet. We are tracking the arrival of some rain showers to our south. We can see the overall area of low pressure moving north. So we've got some of these pockets of light rain. We're not expecting heavy downpours today, maybe light, maximum moderate rain with temperatures in the upper 60s for highs. So it won't be nearly as warm as yesterday, but looking ahead, we've got a better shot for downpours, plus that humidity might be on the rise. The details and all that and more coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump...
The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Welcome back to Sunrise. We are starting out the day with mild, in fact, warm conditions already. You're heading out to work. We begin with temps in the 60s and 50s already, so it is a pretty nice start to your day today. However, some spots this morning, especially south of the Mohawk Valley, might encounter a brief shower. And there's a better shot for that, especially this afternoon as well, as this stubborn low pressure south of us begins to move its way north slowly. To showcase our photo of the day, we head to Oneida Lake. So shout out to all of the folks who live around the lake this morning. This is taken yesterday of that vibrant sunrise. We were treated to a breathtaking one yesterday. A lot of great submissions submitted by all of you to our website. Again, WKTV.com/weather/pics is the place to go to view all these photos or submit your own. Give yourself credit, or if you wish to remain anonymous. Either way, this amazing photo was sent in by Kathy. So shout out to Kathy. And again, Oneida Lake for this breathtaking photo taken yesterday morning. Gary?
Kathy, what a nice job.
Yeah, great shot.
Beautiful. Eric, thanks. A major leadership.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. We begin today with warm conditions. Although the sun is a bit hard to find under the cloud layer with a live view in Utica, we are witnessing those wispy, I would say more so mid to eventually low-level clouds rolling through our area right now. Temperature at 61, so even though the sun isn't shining, it's a very warm start to your day today. So make sure you keep that umbrella handy, though, because throughout this morning and this afternoon, we could see a passing shower. However, again, for now it's dry, temperatures in the 60s across the Mohawk Valley. The radar, though, is not entirely dry. We're starting to see that activity begin to pick up here. Some of the radar scans indicating some rain showers out near Syracuse. We press the play button here, and we can see the extent of these showers. They're expanding, they're contracting. It's just the way the nature of this low pressure system is. And as you look right here on the radar and satellite, we can see this area of low pressure moving its way north, and that is what's influencing our weather today with, again, on and off rain. Not a complete washout, though. Scattered showers this afternoon. A better shot for downpours tomorrow. It's going to tap into some instability in the atmosphere. Same thing for Friday with maybe some rumbles of thunder as well. And then some thunderstorms arrive on Saturday. And this is also driven in by the most notable impact weather-wise the next few days. Although the temperatures climb, the humidity levels climb as well. We're in the humid category Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But this is just for the short term, 8 to 14 days out here. We've got a pocket of blue over the Great Lakes area. And if you're looking at this, you're probably thinking, well, the next 8 to 14 days going to be very cold. Well, it's going to be cooler than average. Keep in mind, our average high this time of year, upper 60s, low 70s. So when you factor in that, it's going to be not nearly as cold as you might think, maybe upper 50s, low 60s, which isn't too bad for mid to late May. Either way, low pressure influencing weather the next few days. Here comes that cold pocket of air that moves in by next week. Our Skycast showing on and off rain throughout the day today. This continues overnight too with some scattered rain showers. Tomorrow starts out dry, warm start as well, highs in the upper 60s, low 70s, and a few scattered downpours by the evening. This will give way to clouds Friday morning and the eventual return of some thunderstorms by Friday evening. So your 7-day forecast, the next couple of days, warming up, pushing 80 again with the arrival of a cold front. Saturday cooling things down by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. So it's looking to be a cooler trend, but still no major cool down expected for the near term.
Quite an active week ahead.
Yeah, well, so we got plenty of sun in between that, too.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:50. Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, another nice day out there so far.
Yeah, not too bad here in the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures in the 60s, and the one thing I can say, it's notably more humid. I've noticed that walking outside. Look in Cooperstown, though, some folks in the southern valleys have already experienced a brief shower. Some of those area sidewalks there are a little damp, but again, the rain is rather light. It's a typical springtime rain. It's not a cold one either. And we can see that rain slowly moving into the Mohawk Valley on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. This is part of a much larger system approaching from the south, and these rain conditions, again, are expected to be on and off, not continuous, but either way, temperatures remain in the upper 60s, not nearly as warm as yesterday, but still relatively warm. However, will we see a warm-up, a cool-down, or both for the next several days? The details coming up in that weekend forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. As part of the new state.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. A few more clouds in the sky today, a little cooler, but starting out this morning, it was already a warm one. Just haven't warmed up any more degrees, aside from maybe 3 or 4. A look outside across New York State. Current conditions out there right now, we're in the 60s, upper 60s in the Mohawk Valley, low 60s and upper 50s as they head farther to the south. With rain showers in the southern valleys, including cloudy skies reported in Rome and clouds up in Saranac Lake. Let's zoom into Utica right now. It is a currently cloudy scene out there, but again, temperatures in the upper 60s. Not too bad of an afternoon, but the humidity levels have definitely been noticed across the area with this south wind. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showcasing these rain showers moving into the area. And we zoom out, as you can see here. We've got this low pressure center lifting north, and along with it, the accompanied rain showers that'll bring the scattered rain today. It's going to be light to moderate, if that. It's not expected to be a heavy rain. A different story as we look ahead to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. With these, there's potential for some downpours along with those rain showers. And as you can see here, the chance of rain, or at least with widespread rain, increases as we head into the weekend. And as I mentioned, it feels muggy out today. Expect those humidity levels to rise Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to humid categories, dew points in the mid-60s. So we warm up later on this week, but the longer range trend by next week points toward a cooler than average trend. Now you see a lot of blue here in the Great Lakes region. This does not generally mean we're going to see a polar plunge, but what I can tell you is based off of the average high of this time of year in the upper 60s, low 70s, that anything below that threshold will be categorized as below normal. So if we're in the low 60s, upper 50s next week, that's considered a cool down. So the bigger picture here, here's that low moving in, bringing in a few rain chances over the next several days. Here's that cold air that works in by next week, by the way. You can start to see it arrive from the northwest. Zooming in here across the area, rain chances throughout the day today as that low moves north. Same thing for this evening and tonight. Scattered rain showers into early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow starts out dry. Temperatures in the 60s, warming up to the 70s by the afternoon with a few slow-moving downpours passing over the area. Then sunny skies turn to clear skies overnight, patchy fog, and then a dry start Friday, followed by a passing shower and thunderstorm by the evening. So your 7-day forecast. We head into some more thunderstorms on Saturday, not the entire day being stormy, but still that front moves in. It cools things down. We were down into the 60s by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And again, 64 degrees is considered below average as we head into next week. So just a heads up that this major cool down will actually be more of a milder cool down. But still, it's going to be rather nice by next week.
Eric, thanks. Parts of the country are bracing for more severe weather this week. While many face flooding and evacuations on the East Coast, temperatures are soaring in the south with record heat. NBC's Ryan Chandler is in Dallas this noon with more.
Hey there. Well, we know here in Texas we're no strangers to triple digits. That's just called summertime. But this is historically early. We're here in Dallas on one of the city's most popular running trails. These people are definitely smart for getting out early and beating the heat, because we could crack 100 degrees later this afternoon. Down in San Antonio, they could see 105. And on the border in Laredo, they could even see 110. The National Weather Service issuing extreme heat warnings for parts of Texas from the border up to San Antonio, urging people to take extra precautions because they say people just may not be acclimated to this extreme weather so early in the year. We also know local emergency services say they're stocking up on additional supplies in anticipation of more heat-related emergency calls. People from Texas, across the South, and through the plains bracing for this early season extreme heat. In Dallas, I'm Ryan Chandler, NBC News.
Coming up, the latest from the Jarrett reporting from California. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, fresh back from checking out the weather outside and a school trip, right?
Yeah, that's right. Got to visit Marcy Elementary. Let's take this full screen here. We can see the wonderful nice second grade class. Woo-hoo. Very smart kids there. I feel like I shouldn't be surprised by how smart some of these kids are at any point now. I'm asking questions, and immediately the first response, the correct answer, and I'm going into complex questions about, the atmosphere, climate. So again, a huge shout out to the second grade class in Marcy, and hopefully your parents can see you guys shout it out here on the newscast. Well, as I hope you guys might be able to see it, your teachers were able to see this video. So thank you guys for allowing me to visit your school. Cooperstown, a live view right now, a little damp out there. Rain showers have rolled through. Still temperatures in the 60s, so not a cold afternoon, but still damp, muggy, and slightly rainy, especially for those rain showers moving through Little Falls right now. This is part of a larger low pressure center, which is still south of our area today. It'll produce on and off rain mixed with mostly cloudy skies. And then by tonight, overnight lows only falling into the upper 50s, low 60s. No very cold air in the short term, but there could be a cool down as we approach next week. New data coming in with the latest model trends. That full forecast coming up in a few short minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A new EV.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, clouds for the most part and some scattered rain showers. It's turned out to be a somewhat damp day. A look outside from across pretty much all of upstate New York. The current conditions showcasing 60s for much of the area, 50s. The cool down heading down to Binghamton, 72. A warming trend up near Watertown. Either way, in Utica itself, we are dealing with temperatures in the 60s, pushing 70 with overcast skies for the most part, and a few rain showers being picked up on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As we head throughout the day today, some of these showers are going to continue to move their way north into the North Country and fizzle out. But we zoom out here and we can see this overall pattern of low pressure moving its way into our area. So with these showers today, they are expected to be light to moderate, no downpours for the most part. As we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that's when things are going to change for on the heavier side when it comes to rain. Isolated scattered downpours tomorrow, scattered downpours to thunderstorms Friday evening, and then a better shot for thunderstorms on Saturday. And this is aided by an increase in humidity. So we are entering that stretch of weather where the very low humidity with dew points in the 30s and 40s gets a lot less likely, and we start to see that level rise with dew points in the 50s and eventually 60s. So the writing on the wall heading into next week, a cooling trend. Now, earlier on I mentioned that these temperatures are going to be below average, meaning that even 55 and 60 degrees count as below average, as this is our normal high this time of year sits at 65 to 70 degrees. But the latest models coming in, it's showing more of a cooling trend again. We're thinking maybe upper 40s, low 50s. So this is not by any means a major polar plunge, but we're back into a cooling pattern by next week either way. Still, though, the short term shows relatively warm weather and on and off rain chances. As you can see here, here's that cool down approaching from the northwest. Today, scattered showers, temperatures in the 60s. Tonight, rather mild, passing shower, lows in the low 60s, upper 50s. By tomorrow, starting out cloudy, sunshine moves in, but then you can see here, scattered to isolated downpours. That'll be a similar trend for Friday, more lenient on the organized rain band that moves through in the afternoon. As you can see here, some downpours, thunder and lightning, and that'll set the stage for another potential rainy Saturday. But this rain is a little different. Again, we're mentioning downpours in the afternoon, but with this type of weather pattern, more so dry mornings, few downpours, not a steady, constant rain. But again, the trend is moving toward a cooler pattern by next week, 40s and 50s. So we might get down into that cooling pattern again, but for now, we'll enjoy the sunshine and warmth.
We've definitely seen our share of patterns.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. And Indiana.
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Some scattered rain out there, but not a washout today.
No, it was not a washout. This is the type of weather we're going to see over the next couple of days. In fact, I think there will be less showers tomorrow than even what we're dealing with today. And again, today it's been very widespread. The next round is moving in from the south, and we will get clipped with a few light showers here this evening. But overall, if you can time this out right, you can actually enjoy part of the day. Right now, for most of us, it's dry. This next round will roll in through this evening. That doesn't last all evening long. We'll get a chance to dry out again tonight. 69 degrees, the current temperature. Is a generally cloudy day. A couple of breaks of sunshine. I think we'll see more sunshine tomorrow than today, and it does look warmer. We're expecting temperatures to climb into the 70s here tomorrow afternoon. This evening, cloudy, a passing shower, temperatures in the 60s. There will be a better chance of rain heading into the weekend, along with a big cool down. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Pete Rose is now eligible for.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Tracking plenty of clouds today, a couple of sprinkles, a couple of breaks of sunshine too. We haven't seen much, but I'm starting to spot some blue skies here, especially near the top of the banner as we look in downtown Utica. Temperature of 69 degrees. We are tracking some showers out there. The next round will be approaching from the south in Otsego County. This is moving to the north. It's pretty light. So if you've got plans to get out this evening, I think for the most part, they're going to cooperate. There will be a few light showers out there, but don't let them stop you. These showers that are moving north are very light and they won't last more than, say, 15 to 30 minutes. And we will have a low chance of a shower tomorrow. Better bet of showers Friday. Best chance of rain is going to be Saturday. That's looking to be the most widespread and potentially a washout. And then a few showers here for Sunday. Other than Saturday, the majority of these days, you will be able to get out and maybe go for a walk or cut the lawn. But again, you do have to keep an eye on things here, especially in the afternoon time for a passing shower. By the way, another way to keep an eye on the weather, when you're on the go, is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You've got radar on there, and you can track when the showers are moving in, too. Best day to cut the lawn tomorrow. Again, not 100% dry, but mostly dry. Friday, we'll put this down as a maybe with the chance of some thunderstorms. It looks like better earlier in the day to get the lawn cut. And then Saturday is no. Again, widespread rain. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Looking ahead, a sharp change in the weather pattern is expected for next week, where the jet stream is going to drive south. We're going to get into some much cooler weather. We're also watching Sunday night for the potential of frost in some of the outlying spots. I know it's early, but I know with so many people planting gardens, we're recommending people just hold off for a few more days, maybe about a week to about 10 days to plant, just to be safe here from frost. Little Falls, 68 degrees, Westmoreland, 71. Temperatures across the southern valleys in the upper 60s. We're tracking an area of low pressure that's slowly working to the north. Some hit or miss showers here for the next couple of days. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a passing shower, overnight lows near 60. Tomorrow, most of the day looks dry again, just a few isolated showers showing up from time to time. Temperatures climb into the mid-70s. As we head into Friday, I wanted to show you later in the day, we could see a round of thunderstorms right around 5 o'clock. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, with more humidity in the atmosphere, that's going to help produce a few thunderstorms, at least that's what we think. Cloudy skies, a passing shower tonight, low 58. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the upper 70s, a brief shower. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thunderstorms Friday afternoon possible. Better chance on Saturday, followed by a big cool down. We're into the 50s, so we go from summer back to jacket weather. Temperatures will be in the 60s, though, heading into Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay, so Saturday morning, I know there's rain on the forecast, but I see a lightning bolt. Morning, are we looking at possibility for storms?
Most likely in the morning, and
Okay.
it's a relatively low chance.
We've got to keep that in mind with go the distance runners.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, stay close to our social media. We'll let you know if the run gets canceled.
All right. Thank you, Bill. No rest, Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, there's already been flash flooding and tornadoes, and now new rainfall. Laura Aguirre reports.
Your front porch is gone. Half of your house is missing. And I was like, what?
Savannah Brooks was startled awake by her neighbor banging on her windows Tuesday night.
We knew that there were 2 small children in the house.
Brooks and her children were fine, but their North Carolina home nearly destroyed by an EF1 tornado. One of 3 confirmed in Edgecombe County by the National Weather Service yesterday.
I was just shocked that we all slept through it.
On top of tornado damage, a flash flooding threat today, stretching across much of the Mid-Atlantic south to the Carolinas. In Somerset County, Pennsylvania, that's not welcome news.
Some of the folks I've talked to have said it's been significant flooding to the degree of I've not seen that in several decades.
Pennsylvania and neighboring states still grappling with the fallout of life-threatening floodwaters Tuesday. So while today's risk of excessive rain is considered low, any that falls could land on saturated ground and already swollen rivers.
Literally, it's flooded out. I've never seen it like this.
Floodwaters raged through parts of Maryland Tuesday, prompting water rescues, including one at Westernport Elementary School, where officials say about 200 children and adults were carried to safety by first responders in a number of ways. Forecasters say a new round of severe thunderstorms could bring high winds and large hail to parts of the Dakotas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota through the overnight hours, moving into the western Great Lakes and Midwest Thursday afternoon. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
All right, coming up, let's get you back to the forecast. And Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
I want to give a shout out to the second grade class at Mount Markham today. Got a chance to visit the whole group and a chance to talk about all different types of weather and getting them ready for this summer with severe weather. As we know, sometimes it does happen. And I answered a lot of questions today about where's the best place to be in a thunderstorm. Of course, it's inside. Can't be inside. The next best place to be, some sort of shelter. A car is actually a safe place to be in a car, too, even though cars can sometimes get struck by lightning. Wanted to give them a shout out here this evening. Temperatures are climbing. We'll be in the upper 70s tomorrow, close to 80 on Friday, in the mid-70s Saturday before a sharp cool down arrives as we head into early next week. And this is very common. This is not all that unusual for May. We're usually in the upper 60s, but May has a lot of swings in temperatures. It's actually pretty uncommon to be 80 degrees in May. Again, we're also going to be tracking some rain. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A couple of showers out there, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. A sprinkle is possible this evening. Otherwise, it's relatively comfortable. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s. If you are taking the dog out for a walk this evening, again, passing shower is possible. Tonight's featured dog is Charlie from Sequoia. You can send your dog photos to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. If you live in Ilion, you need to take your breakfast dishes and finish your...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We are tracking a few sprinkles out there. Otherwise, it's a pretty quiet and comfortable evening as we take a live look at Oneonta. A temperature of 63 degrees, more clouds than sunshine. But we have been seeing a few breaks of sunshine occasionally today. Taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The next area of showers, they're moving into Otsego County. These are moving north, and so we do get clipped by these across the Mohawk Valley. They're short-lived and they're very light. They're not going to cause any big problems here. We will have some on and off showers over the next couple of days. The lowest chance of rain looks to be tomorrow. It's not completely zero, but it's low. Scattered showers Friday. Best chance would be Friday afternoon and Friday evening. And then the best chance of rain, the most widespread rain, is Saturday as the cold front arrives. That's the one day that is leaning towards a washout. The rest of them are not. Sunday, just a few scattered showers are expected. Also, too, the rain that we do get is not going to be all that heavy. In fact, there's no flood risk for the next several days here in central New York. The heaviest rain looks to stay well south and west of our area. Looking to Garden. The weather not looking too bad. Again, a couple of scattered showers, so you don't have to water the garden anytime soon. Mother Nature will take care of that. The least favorable day to garden is Saturday. Just a reminder, you don't want to be planting anything sensitive to frost just yet. We want to wait about another week, week and a half, because we do have some colder weather here early next week, and frost can't be ruled out in central New York, at least for the next 1 to 2 weeks. Cassville, 66 degrees. Barneveld, 65. Norway, 66. Inlet, 64. Worcester checking in with 63 degrees. A couple of sprinkles out there this evening. Low pressure is located to our south, and it will bring in a few sprinkles and a few light showers, and the clouds will continue. Warmer weather will be arriving, too, with winds turning into the south. Tonight, a brief shower, overnight lows in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, clouds give way to some sunshine. Most of the day looks pretty nice. Can't rule out a brief shower later in the day. Temperatures climb into the mid-70s. Tomorrow night, again, a passing shower is possible. Friday, the best chance of rain looks to be in the afternoon time. A few showers and thunderstorms are possible later in the day with temperatures in the upper 70s. Close to 80 degrees, actually. Cloudy, a passing shower tonight, low of 58. Just a brief sprinkle tomorrow. Otherwise, a warm and mostly cloudy day with a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We're near 80 on Friday. Widespread storms Saturday, 75. Cooler weather to follow. Temperatures only in the 50s on Sunday and Monday. Overnight lows in the low 40s, perhaps upper 30s. We'll have to keep an eye on Sunday and Monday night. Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures warm back up into the 60s with a few showers here Wednesday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A relatively pleasant day today. Just a couple of showers out there this evening. A few sprinkles to track on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These are lifting north. These are not going to last for very long. Cloud cover will continue. The next round we'll be tracking moves in from the south tonight, but this is in the process of weakening. This is a few hours away, so a lot of this will happen after sunset. So again, some on and off showers to track here, and that's going to be the case for the next couple of days. 69 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. There's been a noticeable increase in the humidity today. Dew point is now up to 58, and that's going to continue. We're tracking warmer weather ahead, an increase in the humidity, and a few shower chances that will continue. Tonight, this evening rather, temperatures will be in the 60s. It's looking a lot warmer here as we head into the start of the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Prom season is already underway. And one.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Tracking a few passing showers across central New York. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Spying some blue in the sky, so a few breaks of sunshine will be around this evening, but it's mostly cloudy. Temperature of 69 degrees, and there are a few showers as well. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few sprinkles in southern Herkimer County, heading out towards Montgomery County. This is lifting north. So a brief shower is expected this evening. The next round approaches from the south, but you can see the trend here. These showers are in the process of weakening as they encounter drier air and less favorable conditions, but this would bring us a few showers here heading into tonight. So overall, the risk for rain on the lower side, just a few isolated showers tomorrow. Scattered showers Friday, particularly Friday afternoon. The best chance of rain over the next 4 days looks to be Saturday. That's widespread and could potentially be a washout. Sunday, rain becomes more scattered in nature. So again, most of these days, you can work around the weather. One easy way to do that is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can have the radar on your fingertips. Thursday looks like a good day to mow. Again, it's not completely dry, but you can work around a few isolated showers. Friday goes down as a maybe. Probably earlier in the day would be better to cut the lawn. And then Saturday is a no, with, again, a chance for a washout. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. We're going to give a shout out to the second grade class at Mount Markham. I got a chance to visit the entire second grade, which is always fun. And they had a lot of fun questions as well. Looking ahead, big time changes in the weather pattern. We're going from warm summer-like conditions this week to cooler conditions next week across the Northeast. Just a reminder, as we're getting closer to Memorial Day, I still am advising people to hold off on planting anything sensitive to frost because in that sort of weather pattern, it's still possible. Clinton, 68 degrees, Barneveld, 65, Cassville, 66, Jeff and Mohawk, 67, Worcester checking in with 63. Bigger picture shows an area of low pressure to our south, giving unsettled conditions. Again, a few passing showers over the next couple of days. Tonight, passing shower, overnight lows in the upper 50s. Most of tomorrow looks dry, just an isolated shower. We even see some sunshine in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid-70s. On Friday, the first part of the day looks dry, but I think there's going to be a round of showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms Friday afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Cloudy, a passing shower tonight, a low of 58. Tomorrow, most of the day looks dry, high temperature of 77, an isolated shower. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms possible Friday afternoon, near 80 degrees. Widespread storms Saturday, 75. It cools off. We're only in the 50s on Sunday and Monday, and then we start to warm up again heading into the middle of the week.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. What do we got here? Great. Is that a rainbow I see?
That's a rainbow. Surprise.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a little bit of sunshine today. This picture from Brian in Middleville. Beautiful shot there. Might see a few more of these over the next couple of days with sunshine and rain in the forecast. Thankfully, the rain doesn't look to be all that heavy. As we take a live look at the Earthfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, a few sprinkles are out there this evening. We'll see a passing shower or two over the next couple of days, but there will be decent long stretches of dry weather to get out and enjoy some of those warmer temperatures. It's 65 degrees. It's pretty mild out there with cloudy skies and east wind at 7 miles an hour. We're looking at warm temperatures, much above average over the next 3 days. We're typically in the upper 60s this time of the year. We'll be into the upper 70s. In fact, could be even close to 80 on Friday. 75 Saturday, but then you could see the big change here on the horizon. Cool temperatures into the 50s Sunday and Monday of next week. A passing shower tonight, low 58. Tracking a few rain chances ahead, along with some thunderstorms. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Pretty mild night, temperature of 65 degrees. We have a couple of sprinkles showing up on the radar this evening. Not a big deal, but just something to keep in mind. We'll see more of these into tonight, tomorrow. These are approaching from the south. This is, again, a live look at the Earthfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Really not a whole lot going on here. We do have some new information. Tomorrow, we're going to have some of the conditions of the atmosphere. We actually have a general risk for a few pop-up storms. We're not expecting any severe weather tomorrow, but could have a couple of rumbles of thunder tomorrow afternoon. Some isolated showers and a couple of isolated storms tomorrow. So the coverage is not a lot. In fact, most of the day looks dry. The chance for storms increases Friday. Scattered storms are expected. Storms become widespread Saturday. That's the day where we could see a washout. Multiple rounds, best chances is in the morning, but some of those showers could linger into the afternoon and evening, and then some scattered showers around for Sunday. Just a reminder, if you're doing outdoor activities, you want to have the radar on your phone. An easy and free way to do that is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. So you can keep an eye on things throughout the next couple of days with, again, chances for rain in the forecast. The risk for flooding is actually off the table. We're looking at we're looking at rainfall, but it doesn't look to be all that heavy in our area. So that's not a big concern, even though it's been very, very wet. We'll obviously keep an eye on things, but again, that's not something that's expected to be a big deal. Mowcast tomorrow looks like a good day to cut the lawn. Friday is a maybe. Now, tomorrow we have the chance of a shower, but you can plan around that. Friday, showers and storms will be around later in the day, so cutting in the morning would be a better idea. Widespread showers on Saturday makes it not so good to cut the lawn. By the way, our Mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Big change in the weather pattern for next week. Cooler weather on the way. Hope you didn't plant anything sensitive to frost, because that might become a problem Sunday and Monday night. Low pressure approaches from the south. Again, a couple of sprinkles out there tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. Very small chance of a pop-up shower or storm. But I want to show you what happens here on Friday, especially late in the day. Skycast is picking up on some showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Tonight, cloudy, a passing shower, a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, passing shower, 77 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 3 rumbles of thunder Friday afternoon, 80 for the high. Widespread storms Saturday, much cooler weather to follow Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.
For a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, dare I say we see a rainbow.
Beautiful shot here. This is from Brian in Middleville. This was taken earlier this evening, which means we saw the sun.
Well,
you can't have a rainbow without the sun, even if it was out for 2 seconds. I might see a few more of these over the next couple of days with rain showers in the forecast, but also some breaks of sunshine. We do have some warmer weather on the way, too. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, a couple of sprinkles showing up. We'll see a few more of these throughout tonight and tomorrow, and even over the next several days. Our temperature sits at 65 degrees, so it's a pretty warm night out there. An east wind at 10 miles an hour, cloudy skies. Temperatures are warm up tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 70s, close to 80 by Friday. Much warmer than typical for this point in May. Usually we're in the upper 60s, but we will cool off by next week. Look at Sunday and Monday. Some chilly days ahead, highs only in the 50s. A passing shower tonight, low of 58. We're tracking showers ahead, along with a few thunderstorms in the forecast. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the State Canal Corp.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Pretty quiet evening. We had a couple of sprinkles out there in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. They're very, very light. They're moving in from the south, and we'll see a few more of these heading into tonight as well as tomorrow. But again, you can see the coverage of these, not very much, and very, very light in terms of rainfall amounts. Now, tomorrow, we do have a new update to pass along. We could see a few rumbles of thunder tomorrow afternoon. The ingredients are there for a little bit of instability. We're not expecting severe weather, though. Conditions look unfavorable for that. Now, looking ahead, our rain chances, again, a few showers, a few pop-up storms, but the overall risk looks fairly isolated tomorrow. It looks scattered in nature for Friday, specifically Friday afternoon as a warm front rolls through. We could see a few rumbles of thunder. Best chance of rain Saturday. It looks widespread and it could be a washout. And then some lingering showers expected on Sunday. Just a reminder, if you're out and about, you want to have the weather at your fingertips, the Doppler radar. You can download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app and keep track of weather on the go. The good news about the rainfall over the next couple of days is it's light, and we don't have any risk of excessive rainfall here in central New York for the next couple of days. Best chance to mow the lawn, best day to mow the lawn looks to be tomorrow. Go not 100% dry. There should be at least periods of time where you can get the lawn cut. Cut it early Friday. By the afternoon and evening, we have rain in the forecast, and then Saturday is going to be a tough day to cut the lawn with widespread rain. Our mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. It's going to be warm for the next couple of days, but looking ahead, we've got a significant change in the weather pattern next week. We're looking at much colder temperatures, or I should say cooler temperatures, heading into early next week. And we might have a couple of frost chances Sunday night and Monday night. Low pressure approaches from the south. It brings unsettled weather to central New York for the next couple of days. Again, just a passing shower tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. Some opportunities for sunshine in the afternoon, and it looks a lot warmer than today, with highs in the mid-70s. Could see a shower or maybe a pop-up thunderstorm. Tomorrow night, the weather looks pretty quiet. On Friday, a warm front rolls through, and that could produce some showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon. Something we'll have to be keeping an eye on. Cloudy tonight, a passing shower, low of 58. Tomorrow, warmer, a little bit of sunshine, 77 for the high. Again, the chance of a shower, maybe a rumble of thunder. Thunderstorms possible Friday afternoon, 80 for the high. Saturday, 75. A cold front arrives. It cools us down into the 50s as we head into Sunday and